Kia ora whanau. Yeah, welcome to the week 8. We don't want the transcript. Stop transcripting. Here we go. We don't want a transcript, but we want the recording. Yeah, and we're gonna have a look at week 8. Is it week 8? My goodness, honestly, this season is flying so fast. It's mind blowing to me how quickly this is going. Here we are. So yeah, let's have a look and see what's happened. We're halfway through the fantasy season, guys. How sad is that? What's sad for some of you is great for myself, great for a couple other people. We'll have a look at who those people are. So this is actually a great idea, Dre had. Is doing 2 separate videos, one for the Premiership, one for the Championship. That's what I'm going to do today. I'll film this one, download it, and just do a new one for the Championship. So that was good. Finally, a good addition from Dre. So as you'll see, he is 8-0. Still winning his division, and I'm hot on his tail at 7-1. But he has a tough matchup. Jonathan Taylor putting up big 43 points. I've actually got it on in the background there. Score is currently 45-23, so he's making a bit of a comeback, but there's no way they're going to win this game. Jonathan Taylor having a monster week so far. You see here, 63 points already. It's going to be really tough for Dre to come back this week. So we might see him take his first loss, and depending on how high he scores, I could overtake him. I'd need a lot, about 50 to overtake him. So it might not be this week, but it could be the following week. The first place. And Sam's looking strong. They're on 5-3. So Gav just being a bit unlucky, being down 2-6, being in a strong division. 3 strong managers there. Yeah, it's tough luck for Gav. But he's not doing terrible. So 2-6. It's still possible for him to make the playoffs, but looking unlikely. We've got Caleb sitting here at 3-5 in this losing division. So we've got Clarence at 3-5, Eli at 3-5, and then Andy at 2-6. So this division is still well up for grabs. Andy can still win this division. It seems unlikely, but he can. If he wins out, he can win this division. Take a lot, but yeah, it's definitely within the realms of possibility. So. But yeah, Caleb he's got the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. That is just devastating. Love that combo. Yeah, Clarence. I don't know who made that trade with Andy. Yeah, was it the trade with Andy? We'll have a look at that a bit later. Another division that's up for grabs. I don't think Xander can win this division, but he can still finish in a respectable position. The leading division, it's only at 500, 3-5, 3-5, and 1-7. So yeah, a really trash division. So you're seeing with the West Division and the North Division having a winning, like far higher winning records, and it's being made up by these 2, the South and the East, which are losing divisions. So you see the West Division, Jamie here crushing this season at 8-0, absolutely demolishing everyone. Followed by Ben 2 at 5-3 with a solid team, and Jara's 4-4. So yeah, a winning division, well over 500 here. Dahan just being unlucky, similar to Gav, got 1-7, battling his brother Xander, your mama's house for the wooden spoon. So if we were to end the season now, Xander would be relegated. Stray would probably be really happy about, and he is the lowest scorer, in the league. So Jeremy being the second lowest scorer. Well, mate, pick up your game. So we'll have a look at some waivers now as well. Busy week, so I haven't really seen what happened on waivers, and I've got no fab, so I don't really care what happens on waivers. It's been a lot of ads. Who did Deshaun Jackson sign with? Unclaim the waivers, yeah. Very hard to use Deshaun Jackson in this day and age. Oh, alrighty. So Jamal Agnew for 21. Yeah, it's all right. He could become part of their offense. 0 for Chuck Clark, 2. Yeah, it's solid. That's a nice linebacker pick up for 2 fab like that. Ernst Jones. He's just a role player, essentially. Doesn't matter. Average. Cedric Wilson. He's just a number 3. so that's fine. 61 for Derek Gore. That could be a stretch, but worth the 40% fab. Depends on when CEH comes back, so that's cool. Dean Larry for 0, like that. Eli. Josh Sweat for 0. Jordan Howard for 65. Not sure if I like that. We know what Jordan Howard is. We don't know what Derek Gore is. That's a big difference there. Jordan Howard is just a goal line back. He's essentially a less upside James Conner. Nico Collins are too. So yeah, interesting. And we saw Dre quickly pick up Adrian Peterson, which is notable. That's a good ad from him. Gets in there before everyone else. And we'll see the trade. So yeah, this trade here. Tyler Higbee, Christian McCaffrey, and Chuba Hubbard for Mark Andrews, Deebo Samuel, and Eli Mitchell. Now, this is Dre selling high on the Deebo Samuel and Eli Mitchell. So, as much as Dre wanked on about him spending all his fab on Eli Mitchell and how awesome it was, he still listened to me. He still sold high on Deebo Samuel, trading for Christian McCaffrey and Tyler Higbee. Now, if there was no injuries involved with this is a fine trade, but it becomes highly risky because if we don't see Christian McCaffrey again this year, this is a massively trade. Dre loses this trade so hard, and he throws away his winning season on this, which is the dilemma that he had. Because look, we see Eli Mitchell is questionable, Deebo Samuel is questionable, Mark Andrews he's a stud tight end. He's not consistent, but he's going to put up big numbers across the season. But yeah, if Christian McCaffrey does not come healthy and the Panthers are losing, then this is a terrible trade. Dre is hoping that by the end of the season, regardless of the record, Christian McCaffrey is back on the field at full health, in time for that playoff run. But we'll see. This is it's a good trade for Clarence. He was now traded for McCaffrey in this trade and then flipped him for this. So this gives him an extra piece on his offense. So we'll pop in and have a look at his team. So he's starting Samaj P. Ryan again, Eli Mitchell. So I see he's got Chris Carson and Alex Collins. Yeah, so his Seattle backs are on bye, which is why he's starting Samaj P. Ryan. I've got Hopkins, got Samuel, got Andrews now, Tre'Quan Smith, Tazo Sharp. They're just start burrows. But looking solid on defense. Everson Griffin could be nice now that Danielle Hunter's out for the season. So yeah, I like this trade from Clarence. High upside players with potential low floors, but they are doing all right at the moment. They've done better. Eli Mitchell and Deebo Samuel have done better for longer than what they would have. So I think Deebo Samuel's like 5th in the league in receiving or something crazy. So yeah, it is good for Clarence, good for both teams, because Dre's obviously he's winning. He's 8-0, so he doesn't even need to win another game. If you have a look at the long-term prospects of his team, Adrian Peterson will be a solid role player for him. He got a dart throw. These are all dart throws except for McCaffrey. Obviously, dart throw. He's irrelevant once Montgomery comes back. So, and even Tyler Higbee's a bit of a dart throw at the tight end position. You're only seeing one. He's only scored 2 touchdowns on the season. So, Dre's got a lot of dart throws on his team. He's just hoping he plays the right combination of dart throws with his Mahomes, Hill, Kamara. So yeah, TBC on the McCaffrey situation. So yeah, we're halfway through the season, guys. So Clarence, it looks like Clarence is the only person who's actually got actively trading and moved some of his pieces around, trying to make his team better. All of you guys who are, Gav sitting 2-6, pretty much everyone else in this division, this whole division, and Dahan, you guys need to be moving some pieces around, because what you're doing now is not working. So you need to do something else. Now, that something else might not work, but you don't know, because if you don't try, because what you know for sure is that what you're doing now is not working. So people always say, "Oh, there's so much luck in the record in terms of when it comes to fantasy," but when you go and look through here, you'll find that the lowest scorers generally are the lowest on the tables. So if I filter by 4, the people with the top 4 records have scored the top 4 points as well. So you got cases where you have like Simon and Gyra, who they don't have bad records though, just have been slightly unlucky, scoring the 5th and 6th most points, sitting in 7th and 9th. Sam is in 5th, scoring the 7th most, but 7th most, sorry. Like Dahan, he scored the 11th most points and is in 15th. So he's ranked below what he's scored, but he's still not having a great season. So yeah, there's a bit of luck there, but if you have a good on the long term, the best teams will still come out on top. So yeah, all you guys down here, you need to start making some moves. Yeah, what you're doing now is not working. So yeah, that's the end of the Premiership recap. We'll jump into one for the Championship now.